So today we are interrupting our amateur house build with a car edition because we want to get our car safety, and similar to Europe with TÜV or MF car, we also going to have to show, we showed it already in the complaint. One thing was that these lights are not good enough, they block out too much light, which is correct. It's a nearly 20-year-old car, so this Toyota Sienna, these things, the whole unit costs about $200 OEM, and about a half an hour job. You have to take the panels off and so on. So instead I'm gonna go follow ChrisFX advice, and it's gonna look like this. We're gonna do a sanding job. We're gonna start with 400, 600, 1000 and 2000, and afterwards they will get a coat, a clear coat with UV protection, and at the end some waxing, and then we see how that turns out. So one point which he mentions is good is to seal this off, because you're going to sand, otherwise this is the bumper, and this is already a metal piece here. No, this is all plastic, but on this side it's metal. And you start off by doing circular motion. This is a wet sand, similar to knife sharpening, and in the end you're gonna do a horizontal sand, so that when you paint the spray coat it's not gonna leak down too much. So I'm gonna not show you all the sanding, I'm just gonna go through it and see. We got that done at the garage 2 years ago, and I think what they did, they just kind of polished it, so it didn't really last long. So I did the first coat. You start getting milky just with circular motions, and what is coming now up is kind of all these kind of nicks and knacks and imperfections. See if that shows up here. And I'm gonna sand a bit more. My experience from knife sharpening is the first abrasive ones are actually the most important ones, because that takes material off. So there's plenty of material on here, so see when it gets wet. If it gets wet, then you see it already shows up. So I'm just gonna go for here. I'm gonna smear this one out a bit more. Not much pressure, just letting sanding paper do its work. There was already a lot of yellow grime coming off, which is the plastic that is corroded from the UV light. So and then as the next move, this is still the 400, we're gonna just do this kind of movements across, and then we change to the 600. So this is the 600 done, also finished off with the sideways movement, and you start to say, oh, this looks terrible, man, this is getting way worse. No, you have to trust the process. First it gets all milky. Now we're coming to the 1000 grit, which is going to be polishing out all these things. You still see some swirl marks. So I don't think this is actually on the inside here, it's already cracked, so obviously that's not going to come out, but we're not looking for perfection with a 20-year-old car. So let's go for the 1000 and then 2000. So that is after the 1000 now, and I'm going to try to show you. Here you go. This is the side I haven't done yet, so it's already becoming different. It's not yellow anymore, it's still scratched up. You still see the circular marks. I'm gonna go with 1000 still across like this. So ChrisFix actually doesn't do 1000, he goes directly to 2000, but because I had quite a lot of scuff marks and need to take off more material, I'm doing the additional step because I had these sanding papers anyway already. So this is dried off now after the 1000 horizontal, and a better understanding is if you make it wet, because the clear coat is going to act a bit like that. See already, there's the light coming out compared to this one. Even if I make this wet, yeah, still scuffed up, but getting there. So just wiped it off. I did a circular motion with the 2000s. And now I'm gonna do the last one across. So here you should really take the time and kind of polish everything out. The last one, so you have to make it count. So that's with the last horizontal move for the 2000s. So we're gonna clear that up, dry it off. Then unfortunately I don't have the alcohol with me, so we're gonna fix that in later. You clean it off with alcohol also, and then we do the clear coat and let the clear coat dry and then wax it. Five minutes. And that is after the first coat. That looks outside. Missed a couple of spots.
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to the video. Here, rings. Fix that. So this is now after 24 hours and I had a little bit of orange peel on. So I used now a 5000 a special sanding paper. It's like a cloth. And I just kind of went in a circular motion over it to get that peel off. Still see it here a bit. I think unfortunately there's quite a lot of wind when I sprayed, so not enough clear coat on here, but yeah, this I drove at night. I have to say, it feels like 50% more light on the roads. It's incredible. Also with the high beams, I had to drive with high beams nearly all the time. Yeah, here is actually, not sure if the camera picks it up. It's not enough clear coat on, but I'm gonna polish this now because I'm not gonna set up the tent anymore. So huge difference already. Let's see how it looks after the polish with the Canuba car wax. So arriving like at the final boss, we used the double coat super wax into the micro sleeve. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, I think I didn't sand enough, so I sanded a bit more with the 5000. It gets a bit more gray because it's not polished yet. I think that's probably the stage, because this one is already polished. It looks a bit more shiny, but the orange peel is still on, so yeah, 5000 isn't very abrasive, I guess.
So here's the final result. I went back to a 5000 grit and then waxed it again. So huge difference before and after picture were not fake. And so we're going back now to our main mission, the log cabin. So thanks for watching and check our channel for the building progress.